everybody, welcome back to another episode of House of Cards. Episode number 18 coming at you here, and today we are going to do our always fun mail days. I've accumulated a few days worth, and we'll put them out here on the video. So really great stuff to get at in there. And I real quick just wanted to shout out anyone new subscribing to this channel. I've noticed we've been picking up a few new subscribers over the last couple days, so I really appreciate anyone who's found this channel to have enough value to subscribe to it. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And I want to talk about what we're going to do today. Is going to be a little bit different than past videos where we've done mail days. I'm going to kind of do my best to self-evaluate the cards. And as I did in past ones, I'm going to put how much I paid for it on the screen, but I'm also going to put what they would go for currently in PSA grades, depending on what I think the grade would be. So it's going to be a little bit of speculation here. I'm not a professional grader, but I do feel like I have a pretty good handle on kind of where grades end up landing, as I've gotten some back and been pretty spot on with what I've thought. So that's going to be kind of a new feature that we're going to be doing on this video, and I do think that's gonna be something that we haven't explored much before, and I do like people to kind of see the the tranche between a raw card and a graded card, and how much money could be made from those if you're planning on flipping them or selling them in the near future. Some things I collect obviously from my personal collection, they're not probably going to go up for sale, but there are quite a few things that I pick up because I think they have good potential to gain some value in the near term, or just gain value from the arbitrage of going from raw to graded. So without further ado, let's open up some mail here. All right, and like previously, as you've probably seen if you've watched my other videos, I don't know what is in each package. They're kind of blind openings. Of course, I do know what I ordered, but I don't know in what order. There's a long-winded way of saying it. In what order they're coming in. So again, everything's a little bit of a surprise for all of us, which I think makes it kind of fun. All right, nice, well-packaged package. A lot of double anyways, moving on. Anyways, I got as you probably have seen over the last few videos, been picking up a lot of this 1980s football to get ready for my submission from the PSA quarterly special. So these are two cards from a pretty iconic set, which is 1985 Topps. The reason why this set is popular is because it is so hard to grade. Granted, some people, I guess, are masochists in a sense, where they like to be tortured with cards that'll never grade a 10, so they collect them, hoping that they will, get the magical needle in a haystack. But I buy these cards knowing that they're not going to be 10s, obviously, because most people in their right minds, if they have a card that is such good condition that it could possibly get a 10, they would probably grade it themselves. So I think most cards you're going to find on the open market in this kind of age group are going to be probably mostly 8s. Of course, there's worse than 8s out there, but when I look at cards, look at this Moon, for instance, looking at the centering, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible. The corners actually look really sharp on this. There's not too much chipping on the edges. The back looks clean. There's no stains or anything awkward there. So, I think this Moon probably would be candidate for an 8, and I think that's kind of what I hope for on these older cards. I definitely am not in any frame of mind thinking I'll get a 10. Maybe on a real lucky day I'll get a 9, but I can tell, right away, this Merino, the centering, you can see the top to bottom here is pretty off. It's bottom heavy. Left to right isn't terrible. I think the right's just a smidge heavier, but I think it's still within that 60-40. But you do have some, soft corners that will probably take you down to an 8 pretty easily. This Moon, besides the centering is pretty bad, so most likely an 8 as well. The corners and the edges look better than the Merino, but the centering, I think, is where we're going to lose it. So again, if these both come back 8s, I would feel pretty good about those. So 2 more to add to my stack that is slowly getting closer to 20 cards. Okay. got another one. Oh, the package within a package. Let's see. This will be easier than... All right, cool. All right. So, as you guys have probably seen, I am pretty bullish on Status. I don't know why. I just like these cards. I think they're real slick. And I've been looking into some Michael Porter Jr. I wasn't really on the hype train of his during the summer when everyone was skyrocketing his prices. I kind of stayed clear because I felt like that was the time to not buy his cards. So I'm pretty glad I didn't. But got this pretty darn cheap. This is the purple parallel. As you can see, the purple color here. So basically, like this color and a little bit in the background will change depending on the parallel. I think there's like 4 different color parallels for like the base parallels for the Status cards, but I think it's a really attractive card. It just looks cool. I think with the Denver, dark blue, everything looks really, kind of color correct on this. So grab this just because, and again, I think MPJ is going to have a better season. I think he's going to get more playing time. Denver's kind of shuffled around their starting lineup players a little bit. So I do think that you're going to see more of MPJ this year. So that's kind of what led me to pick up some of his cards. Now, this one, the reason why I got this card in particular, because A, it was pretty cheap, as I'll show you, but they also just like threw this in as a bonus. And I was just like, well, I mean, what's the harm? So again, these are just those Panini Chronicles cards, so nothing crazy expensive. It's probably a couple bucks or whatever, but it's always nice when you get a 2-for-1, and it's I still got this one kind of close to market or if even a smidge under, so I feel pretty good about getting this and a little bonus card there. So some MPJ. All right, so this first one is actually from Topps. Peeked at the label ahead of time. I've been ordering a decent amount of stuff from Topps lately. I've just started, getting into the Topps now, and just I'm starting to see a lot of value in that. I think I kind of first got on my radar with the Holland soccer rookie card and how much that thing is going for. And I was blown away by how much it was just a Topps Now card. So I started sort of putting my money down on some of these Topps cards that are starting to appreciate and get some value. It's all about like picking the right ones, because there's definitely ones that don't carry much value if it's like kind of an insignificant moment or player, or if it's not their actual like rookie card, and that's what I like about Topps Now is they actually put the rookie card logo on the cards if it's a rookie that's doing whatever the special moment is. So it's kind of like an extended rookie card in a sense, which is kind of interesting in in a way. Excuse me. All right, cool. So I don't know if you remember my last video, but I got that set of Kyle Lewis. Oh, here they are. The Kyle Lewis Rookie of the Year Topps Now. So again, you can see the rookie card logo and everything. So I thought it was cool. It's a big moment for him as a Rookie of the Year and everything. And it also kind of cool because it actually has a guy in the background there with a mask on. So it kind of like captures the season in a sense. But anyway, so I picked up a 5-pack of these, and then you also got bonus cards, which I honestly wasn't like 100% aware of. So it's kind of a cool thing that I got these additionally that they just included. I did not pay for them, so these were just bonuses. So I don't even know what like qualified for these, but pretty sweet. So yeah, that's rad. So I'm gonna keep those off to the side with the other ones. I'll probably end up getting a few of these graded, because yeah, graded Topps Now cards, I'll put some examples up on the screen here, but they are they carry some value in the hobby, and it's really comes down to the scarcity also. If they produce like 20,000 of them, then Obviously, it's not as valuable. So it's kind of like a mix between, you got kind of like guess as far as like who are some of these players and what are they doing. And then, you know, obviously if they're not like already like well known, you know, like Kyle Lewis is obviously a pretty big name already, so he's probably gonna, you know, his cards are already gonna get a decent sized print run. But if you know, if some rookie has like a breakout game, like, you know, like Haaland did when, you know, he had his cards printed, then you have a really good chance of capturing a early, you know, kind of rookie card, and also, you know, capturing a moment that was impactful. So anyways, there is a strategy to tops now, and I think there is money to be made, but you have to kind of be really on top of it, if that makes sense. Anyways, moving on. Another little guy here. Let's see what we got. Love the protection. Okay. Well, you remember this is another repeat from another episode, but I picked up another one of these just because I feel like I want to scoop these up now before the prices start jumping up on them. But just another rookie season LeBron USA card, so 03-04 Fleer. The USA, you know, it's the it's like a subset, I guess you call it. But anyway, so it's a great card. I think it's undervalued right now, and I do think there's going to be some upside with the Olympics coming up next July. So just been picking those guys up as they come. And they're not that hard to find online right now, so if you wanted one, you can get one. I would recommend not paying more than like $50 currently. You know, that's where they're at. Maybe down in the future that might change, so you'll be able to look at this video in the future and say, wow, those were only $50. But yeah, I think it's an undervalued card, and I think it's cool seeing LeBron in his first Team USA jersey. And like I said, the Olympics, I think there's going to be a mass hype around anything, you know, USA basketball and or just any Team USA stuff. So I think there's a great opportunity there. All right, this is one I'm actually kind of excited about. Tiger Woods rookie card. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I've always wanted one of these. I just never picked one up just because I wasn't really sure what the market was going to be like, but it's a pretty cool card. It's his 2001 Upper Deck card. So the hard thing on these cards is just the centering. They're pretty plentiful. Like, you can find these pretty regularly on eBay, but the key is to find the centering. So the easiest way is just to kind of look at the Upper Deck logo up here and just kind of see the top, the distance from the top point there of the Upper Deck to the edge of the card is about the same as the distance from the left edge of the logo to the left edge of the card. So if you can kind of eyeball that and kind of see the distance is about equal, you got a pretty good chance. There's also kind of a way you can kind of look down at the little scoring card here and making sure that that bottom card, the bottom little rectangle there under that last 4 is about the same size as the other 4. So when it's like pushed up too far, these boxes at the bottom will be really thin. But if it's pushed down too far, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. If it's pushed up, they'll be too fat. If it's pushed down, they'll be too thin. So just, you know, there's little cues on these cards you can always pick up on. But like I said in a previous video, just make sure you just look at a perfect 10 or a Gem Mint 10. Look at a couple Gem Mint 10s, and then use those as sort of your, you know, markers for what a raw 10 would look like. So anyways, these cards are pretty cool. They're pretty affordable, you know, but I would say find ones that are gradable, because, you know, if you can get these at a good grade, they're definitely carry a pretty good premium. And Tiger Woods, you know, I mean, you're investing in a GOAT, so there's not too much risk involved. You're not speculating some new rookie. You are investing in considerably one of the best of all time. All right. Well, this is a timely one. The Seahawks just played tonight, and we beat the Eagles, which isn't saying much. Eagles aren't looking too hot this year. Carson Wentz, I don't know, man. I think it's time. I think it's time to bring in Jalen Hurts and give him a shot, because Wentz, I think he's just kind of hit a funk that he's not gonna get out of anytime soon. So hopefully the Eagles will give Jalen a chance and see what he can do. But you know, it is what it is. But it wasn't a crazy big game for Russell or anyone like that. But DK did have a good game. I think he had about 177 yards, so solid game for that monster. So yeah, this is the 2019 Optic, and I really like this card because it's a beautiful parallel color. It's that nice kind of aqua blue color, which, you know, looks cool with the blue and the green jersey. So again, colored parallels that match the jersey are always more sought after. Granted, unless it's like a super low print or something, that's just like, you know, who cares if it matches? You know, if it's like a, you know, serial number out of 5 or out of 10 or out of 1 or whatever, then yeah, whatever, it's fine. But you know, if you're getting into higher number parallels, you know, I always recommend going for ones that actually look good with the jersey and the card itself, because they have this card, and you know, they have like a copper one, and they have a red one, and you know, some other colors, and it just clashes and doesn't look very good to the eye. You know, even though they're nice low numbers, sometimes it's just still, it just looks goofy. But anyways, this one looked cool to me. This one is numbered out of 299, so still, you know, decently low number. It's not obviously super low, but any number card of any rookie is obviously pretty solid. DK's, you know, kind of the darling, I would say right now, of the NFL. I think pretty much everyone is talking about him as being the next big thing, so his prices obviously are reflecting that. But you know, if you're a shrewd negotiator, you can get out there, you can still find a rookie for a decent price. And his base optics are still very affordable, but once you start getting into the color parallels and whatnot, they start getting expensive. But I think this is my 4th or 5th DK I got that, you know, I'm pretty excited about. I do have a nice autograph one, which hopefully will be coming back from grading soon, so I can stare at it. But yeah, I'm excited about DK. He's got a great future. I'm just definitely a great asset to have on my team, and I am thankful every time I watch him play that he's on my team and not my opponent's team, because oh man, I couldn't imagine trying to defend that guy. That would be a task. All right, next card. All right, cool. So as part of my you know, kind of early football collection that you guys have been watching me sort of put together, I'll just be grabbing some other random stuff, because again, I got to fill out 20 cards in order to make the minimum. So picking up some low stuff, some high stuff, kind of all in between. But so this is a Dan Marino. Now this is actually from his rookie 84 Tops set, and so this is just like kind of, I guess you would call it an insert, right? I mean, this is an early insert. So these ones were called instant replay, and you know, it's nothing special. It's just kind of a fun card. I saw this one. It looked like it had decent corners. Centering is not the greatest, but it's, you know, it's respectable. It's not, it's definitely not going to get a 9 or a 10, but, you know, you can hope on these cards to get like a 7, you know, and you'll feel pretty good about it. So, anyways, this is a lower end cheap card. It didn't cost much, but I liked just having another one to sort of add to the pile of our slowly growing 20 card submission there for the PSA quarterly special. Okay, this one looks really thick for some reason. I'm not really sure what that is. Could be a graded card, because I have been picking up a few lately. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like it is. So again, I think this is on the trend of me picking up kind of lower end graded cards. Not the grade, but the grading company, not the grade itself. Because even on lower end ones, you don't want to go below a 10, because it's definitely not going to be good. Cool, I'm excited about this one. Yay. So we go. Mr. Betts. Definitely wanted to grab a few Mookies before these got insanely out of the price range, because, you know, I mean, we all know Mookie's a special talent, and especially now being on a world champion team, and he's going to be there for a while. So there's probably a good chance they might win a few more titles there. But I wanted to get one of his Bowman Chrome first Bowman cards just to kind of have in my PC, just because it's, you know, I think it's cool to have the very first card of a player. You know, this came out before his, you know, his Topps, you know, flagship or any of the other cards that he has. So first Bowman Chrome, I think these are great for any of the like kind of big name players. I think it's cool to have their very first card. So excited for this. This is definitely going to be a crack, and then resubmit to PSA. So hopefully it'll look good once I get it out of here, and then I'll get it off the PSA and then kind of see how it fares. So anyways, cool Mookie. That's like his name, Mookie. All right. Got one more after this for this batch. He said, thanks much. Russell Wilson, 2013 Topps Archives rookie card, and a little bonus. I think it's cool when people write little notes and stuff. I don't know. It just feels more personal. It doesn't feel so transactional. And again, there's nothing wrong with being transactional, but there's something special about being personal. So obviously we already know what the card is, so no shock there. And this was a pretty cheap pickup, but I think this is just another one I wanted for my my PC, for the registry specifically once I start getting that going. But I'll take it out of the team bag here. So again, this is just, you know, a low end card. It's actually a second year card, so definitely nothing super special. But I saw this online, and the centering looked good, the corners look sharp. So again, I just need one of these in a high grade just so I can you know, add it to the registry. They actually make a gold version of this card, which I actually wasn't aware of, and I saw it when I was kind of researching this card, and I fell in love, and I need to find it. So I have an alert set up on my eBay, but I am desperately looking for a gold version of this card. So if anyone has one in the comments, please drop a line. I would be happy to work out a deal with you. But yeah, pretty basic Russell card. Let's see what this bonus is. Okay. Some Leaf Draft. Interesting. I don't really know, but sure. Okay. Sounds good. Jamison Crowder. Huh. Kyle Van Noy. Interesting. All right, well, thank you, kind eBay seller. All right. Cool. Last package for this round. All right, we are on the Dan the Man Marino. So you guys saw the insert, and then this is the actual 84 Topps rookie card. So these cards are, I mean, tough grades. So this one actually I thought looked pretty clean. Again, top to bottom is a little off, as you can see. The left to right, though, looks pretty solid. The corners are pretty good. These cards, they have a lot of issues with the edges, just because they are, you know, kind of cut on a thinner stock paper, and they have, you know, it was a, you know, when they have this kind of a back and then they have this kind of front, so it has a special, you know, kind of ink on the front, like it just tends to chip. It's not the same color, you know, all the way around. So the back is obviously the paper stock color, and then the front is the print. So these just have a real tendency to chip, but this one actually is not too bad. There's just very light chipping. Yeah, I'll have to check this out a little bit further, but I mean, just at initial inspection, I think, you know, as long as there isn't any weird marks or surface issues or anything, you know, I think this one could get a pretty solid score. So yeah, this is another good one to add to to the collection. So yeah, we grew by 2. I got 2 Marinos now, so those guys are gonna be friends. You know, I figure why not just get as many of these as possible. I mean, they're not gonna get any easier to find over the years, and as long as each one I get is a better condition than the last. Like this first one I got was actually decent, and then now looking at this one is definitely a lot of a stronger candidate. Again, barring there aren't any like crazy surface issues and stuff, but so far it looks pretty promising. So all right, okay, we got some mail to get into. I'm gonna start with this box here because I have no clue what I would have gotten. That would require a box of this size. I couldn't tell you. Or is it just a case of over packaging? Looks like that might be it. All right. Okay. We can't say they didn't keep this card safe. I keep all my extra bubble wrap because when I send to PSA and other places, I need a lot of that, so it's handy. Good to recycle. All right. Hey, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if that needed the first class treatment, but I got this 2014 Topps Chrome Russell. So this is his 3rd year card. This is the X Fractor. Again, these are sort of the low-hanging fruit that I grabbed. That's, you know, super affordable. It's, you know, pre-graded, so you would assume there's nothing terribly wrong with it, even though there has been instances where I've gotten a GMA 10 and the card is not in super good shape. But this one looks pretty decent. So again, this card is not very expensive, as you'll see here, but it's just another one I wanted to get in my collection, and it's yeah, it's a cool looking card though. I like the X Fractors a lot. They're quite pretty. It'd be cool to have the X Fractor for each year for, you know, that Topps made cards of his. So like it. All right, moving on. Let's see here. All right, cool. All right, so this is a seller that I actually bought 2 cards from. So I was able to, and that's always a good side note or tip. Is, you know, if you're shopping for cards, you might as well just, you know, again, if they have cards that you want, but you can save yourself a lot of money by getting combined shipping on multiple cards. So this guy offered it, so I was able to, you know, only pay with shipping once. So I grabbed this Roger Clements. This is Donruss 85. So I thought it looked pretty good. It wasn't a perfect card by any stretch of the imagination, and now kind of see it in person. You know, it does have a little bit of edge wear down here at the bottom, but it's not too bad. I thought the centering looked pretty decent. Top to bottom is off a little bit. Looks like the bottom's a little bit thicker. Left to right, left is a little bit thicker, but yeah, it's not too bad. So we'll see. This one might be a grading candidate. And then this one I was really excited about because this was a, he listed it as pack fresh, so I'll have to inspect it a little bit closer. But this is the Frank Thomas Leaf rookie card. So this one I assume would be in pretty darn good shape. And yeah, these gem men out at a decent clip as far as the pricing goes. I meant to say, not the actual amount of them that Jim meant, but the centering on this looked pretty excellent, and it still looks good in person, so that's a positive. So yeah, I mean, this one could end up definitely being a PSA candidate. It's a great card to have of Frank, one of his better rookie cards. So these are great. I'm gonna add these to my stack. Okay. Now this sucker looks, I don't even know where to start with this. Like, where do you, I guess that'll work. This looks like someone's mailing anthrax through the mail or something. Yeah, this, I mean, guys, word to the wise, they have free mailing supplies at your post office you can use as far as priority boxes and bags and stuff, which you can just repurpose and put a regular first class label on it, so you don't have to, you know, find random pieces of cardboard on the side of the road and use those to, sorry, I'm banging this thing around everywhere. Gosh, you must use like a whole roll of packing tape on this thing. Well, you know, you can't blame people for trying to mail things very safely, as I always say. So I don't, you know, want to throw too much shade because of that reason. But you also got to think about the end user and how hard it's going to be for them to actually open the package, which, you know, at the end of the day, what happens if I like damage the card or something during this debacle? That would be terrible. So anyways, points for good packaging as far as the safety of the card, but minus points for making it way too difficult. All right, I think I extracted the pearl from the oyster here. All right, broke a sweat doing that here. All right, let's see what all that was worth. Oh man, could have just thrown this in a bubble mailer and called it a day, but I get it. I guess you work with what you got. So. Oh, all that for the junk wax, Bo Jackson. Oh man, that's funny. Anyways, here's a pretty good looking Bo Jackson Topps rookie card, 88 Topps. You know, it's a nice looking card. I was hoping that it would come in pretty good shape, and it looks pretty decent. And the corners are always the one, you know, the corners and edges on these older cards. Of course, centering is always a big issue, but since it is that thinner paper stock, corners and edges are always a tricky one to get right. So it looks pretty good. I'm excited about that. Add that to my pile of football cards from 89 and below. All right. Oh, and another one. All right. So this one is a Merino Rookie. Okay, so the story on this is this guy, I actually saw this listed and it looked really, really good as far as the, like, you know, the condition of the card. I was like, holy heck, you know, I even look at it now, I can't see anything wrong. But I wrote to him and I said, hey, I'm interested in your card. I was curious of why you only got it graded authentic, you know, versus getting a number grade. And he wrote back and he said, yeah, I actually sent it in to GMA and they said that it, you know, the size of the card came in too small, so it didn't meet the requirements, so they obviously assumed that it was trimmed. So, you know, for the price I got it for, I am willing to take the risk of sending it over to PSA to get their opinion on it, because if it isn't trimmed, this is a pretty good example of a nice Merino rookie card. But if it is trimmed, then, you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to crack this out of this and send it off and just kind of see if I can get a second opinion, I guess you would say. But it'd be really awesome because if it comes back and it's not trimmed, I mean, this card's in great shape. I'm going to see it getting a fairly good grade. So we shall see. All right. Last one of today. Okay. I think they forgot to bring me my mail yesterday because I got so much stuff today, and I didn't get not a single piece of mail yesterday, which is not a normal occurrence from my house, especially with the amount of cards that I'm constantly buying. And, you know, just in general, just not getting any mail is kind of weird, right? You know, even just a piece of junk mail you expect, but maybe they just saved it for today. I got my daily grocery coupons here. I'll never understand what people are thinking. All right, cool. So this is one I was excited about to add to my Russell collection because these ones don't come up as often as you would think, being as just a basic score card, you know, score card. So this is a score rookie card, but like I said in a previous video, these come with a few different parallels to the base card. So this is the gold zone, and then I showed this one before, which is the score card. So you can kind of see the difference. There's you know, a different color, and they have different you know, notations there at the top of each card. The backs are pretty much the same. Neither one of these are numbered, so nothing super duper special about them, but there's, like I said before, I think like 5 or 6 different parallels to these. There's a light blue and a red one that are numbered, and then they have a glossy, which is just the base card with a glossy finish, kind of like the old, you know, Topps Tiffany. You know, they just put a glossy finish on it, and it's a shorter printed card. But yeah, this one's great because I was looking for this one for a while, so I'm excited to get that. Okay, let's see what's in this one. Looks like a graded card. Yeah, it's another one of my GMA experiments. I'm pretty good at these. All right, so this is the 1990 score Frank Thomas rookie card. Again, pretty classic junk wax era card, but I didn't have one of these, so thought it'd be cool to pick one up. I got this for a fairly good price, as I'll put here on the screen. But yeah, you know, your basic Frank Thomas rookie. Yeah, this is just a classic card of his. Excited to have this in the collection, so I'm gonna crack this out and get this one into a proper slab real soon. Okay, well that was quite a bit of mail, and I think we covered most of the major sports. Maybe next time we'll get a little hockey in there, and maybe we missed soccer, but anyways, quite a few different sports, quite a few different cards. As you can see, I collect all across the board, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a good time showing off what I picked up over the last week or so. And if you haven't already, I'd love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join me and this small community we got here for new videos at least once a week, more likely twice a week. And give me a like as well, because that always helps get the video out to more people so we can continue to grow and bring more people into this great hobby we love. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.